Princess Anne, 70, and Sophie, Countess of Wessex, 56, have different roles within the firm but are both standout members of the monarchy. While the Queen's only daughter Anne is 15th in line to the throne, she is known to be one of the hardest working Windsors and carries out hundreds of solo engagements every year. While Sophie has only been a working royal since 2002, she and her husband Prince Edward, 57, have been pushed up the ranks following Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's departure last year. Sophie and Anne are both trusted by the Queen and have been a vital source of comfort to her following Prince Philip's death in April. While Anne lives in Gloucestershire on the Gatcombe Park estate, which she was given by the Queen as a wedding gift, Sophie lives down the road from Windsor Castle at Bagshot Park in Surrey. Anne's dry sense of humour and no-nonsense approach to engagements often sees her compared to her late father the Duke of Edinburgh. While former PR boss Sophie's warm demeanour and low-key approach to duty have seen her dubbed the royal family's secret weapon by some royal watchers. Despite the different ways they conduct themselves in public, Sophie and Anne share a lot in common when it comes to parenting. Anne was the first child of a presiding sovereign to decide against giving her children Zara Tindall, 40, and Peter Phillips, 43, royal titles. Both Zara and Peter were raised as private citizens and have been able to pursue careers outside the firm. Sophie paid tribute to Anne's parenting move by making a similar decision in regards to her children, Lady Louise Windsor, 17, and James, Viscount Severn, 13. While Louise and James have been styled after their father Edward's earldom of Wessex peerage, they have been raised without their HRH styles and are being brought up with the understanding they will one day have to work for a living. Discussing how Anne's parenting decision influenced Sophie and Edward, constitutional expert Ian McMarthan told Express.co.uk, in 1973, the then Princess Anne married Captain Mark Phillips and at that juncture both refused a title for Captain Phillips. He added, it in effect meant that any children born of the marriage would pass through life without a title. With the birth of their son Peter in 1977, and daughter Zara in 1981, they continued to eschew titles for the grandchildren of the Queen. Mr. McMarthan added, in real terms, a title can prove more of a hindrance than a benefit. Accordingly, in a world less driven by social protocol and deference, it seems eminently sensible that members of the family, who will not have a frontline role, are not encumbered by the limitations a title might bring. Certainly this has been the common explanation given by those who have refused titles, allowing their children instead to pursue a more private life, albeit in a public way, whilst remaining a member of the wider royal family. Without doubt, the Princess Royal's decision in the 1970s brought the precedent closer to the crown and has enabled her brother and nephew to push its limits still further, creating, in her wake, new ones. He added, this has been seen in her brother, the Earl of Wessex and Forfar, rejecting the HRH prefix for his children and instead, having his son use his courtesy title Viscount Severn rather than Prince. Sophie and Edward's children will be able to decide whether or not they want to use their HRH styles and be known as Prince and Princess when they turn 18, but they are thought unlikely to do so. Zara has previously praised her mother's decision not to give her a royal title. In 2015 she told The Times, I'm very lucky that both my parents decided to not use the title and we grew up and did all the things that gave us the opportunity to do.